Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the January 8th Lebanon City Council meeting, our first meeting of the year. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call roll, please. We're just swearing after roll call.
Okay.
We're not voting on anything until you're sworn in. Don't worry. Just saying if you're here or not.
Just make sure it's right.
Mike Kincaid.
Present.
Keith Campbell.
Here.
Sandra Jasonowski.
Here.
Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
2 ways, either way.
Okay. Dick Robertson.
Here.
John Copeland.
Here.
Sierra Messenger.
Present.
Robert Hawkins.
Here.
Rob or Robert?
Either one's fine.
Okay, thank you.
All right, as John alluded to, we'll begin the swearing-in portion of the meeting. So we're honored to have Judge Shine with us here tonight. So we'll start with me, and then we'll do Tanya, and then we'll do Judge Cruz, and then we'll do all the council members at large first, and then we'll go by district. So just give everyone a rundown. So I'll head down that way. You can, yes. Rob, do you need the? Oh, she's got it. Yes. Hey, Abby.
We're talking. Sorry. Very good conversation today.
Repeat after me. I, Matthew T. Gentry,
I, Matthew T. Gentry,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of the office as a mayor of the city of Lebanon
discharge the duties of the office of the mayor of the city of Lebanon
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my skill and ability.
and to the best of my skill and ability.
Congratulations. I, Tanya Thayer,
I, Tanya Dare,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana.
and that I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of the office as clerk treasurer
discharge the duties of the office of clerk treasurer
of the city of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the city of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law,
according to law,
to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my skill and ability.
Congratulations. Repeat after me. I, Alex Cruz,
I, Alex Cruz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of the office of Judge of the City of Lebanon, Indiana.
discharge the duties of the job of of judge of mayor Indiana,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my skill and ability.
and to the best of my skill and ability.
Congratulations.
I missed my first one too, don't worry about it. Okay, Sierra and then Rob and then my district, yeah. So Mike, you're gonna be after Rob. Oh. I was joking. I should have written down everyone's been sworn in on that Bible because like all the
I,
five.
Sierra Messenger. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Indiana. And that I will faithfully. Honestly. And impartially. Discharge the duties. Of the office as City Councilwoman. In the City of Lebanon, Indiana. According to law. And to the best of my skill and ability. Congratulations. Robert Hopkins.
Okay.
I, Robert Hopkins,
I, Robert Hopkins,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilman
of the office of City Councilman
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my skill and ability.
and to the best of my skill and ability.
Congratulations. Mike Kincaid. Repeat after me. I, Mike Kincaid,
I, Mike Kincaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilman
in the office of the City Councilman
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my skill and ability.
and to the best of my skills and ability.
Congratulations. Keith Campbell.
Got one, Mike.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Keith Campbell,
I, Keith Campbell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilman
of the City Councilman
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the City of Lebanon,
according to law,
according to law,
to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my skill and ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sandra Jasnowski.
Bob has extras.
Here.
I, Sandra Jasnowski,
I, Sandra Jasnowski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilwoman
of the office of City Councilwoman
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law, and to the best of my skill and ability.
and to the best of my skill.
Dick Roberts?
My daughter's going to sleep.
Repeat after me. I, Dick Robertson,
I, Dick Robertson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilman,
of the office of City Council,
City of Lebanon, Indiana,
City of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law, to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. I, John Copeland,
I, John Goldman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office as City Councilman
of the office of City Councilman
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
of the City of Lebanon, Indiana,
according to law,
according to law,
and to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my skill and ability.
Thank you, Judge Shine. I think that concludes the swearing-ins. Before we move on we need to elect officers for this year's term of council president as well as council vice president. Are there any nominations from the council?
I nominate Dick Robertson for president.
We have a nomination. Is there a second?
Second?
Second from Sandra. Is there any other nominations? All right. All in favor of Dick Robertson as council president, say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
Congratulations, Dick. And now for vice president. Are there any nominations?
I'll make a nomination that we have Sierra Messenger as our vice president.
I'll second it.
Motion, or nomination and a second. Any further nominations? All in favor of Sierra as vice president, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Congratulations, Sierra.
And Sergeant of Arms.
So we will recess here for 5 minutes. We're going to take our school picture. And also, if you want to have any family pictures as well, we'll kind of pause for a little bit while that happens, and then we'll come back to our regular scheduled agenda. So we'll stand in recess to the fall of the gavel.
Just a,
All right, we will re-adjourn. Now that we've had all of our school pictures taken, family pictures, all set, everybody's official. We'll move on to old business. There's nothing on my agenda from old business. Is there anything from the council?
Minutes?
I don't think we have minutes, right?
Minutes,
No
okay.
minutes yet. Yep. So we'll move on to new business then. First item up is ordinance 2024-01. Council to consider annexation of 510 North, 300 West. This is on first reading, and there's also public hearing as well with this. So, Ben.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll wake up my computer here. Good evening, council, and welcome to our two new council people. You get to start off with your first meeting with an annexation. So I'll walk through a little bit of the process related to the annexation and then what we'll be doing here tonight. So this is a 100% voluntary annexation, which means that everybody has requested annexation directly from the property owner. This is I think it's a little over a half-acre lot. It's actually in the LEAP district, but this was actually initiated by the property owner. This is not something in coordination with the IEDC. So I had met with this property owner specifically. He came in, he actually lives out here. And he asked me about annexation, whether I thought it was worth it to go ahead and get that started now, and he made the decision he just would go ahead and move forward with it on his own. So this is Mr. Hilligas that has requested annexation of his property here. As the mayor mentioned, it's 510 North, 300 West, and that's what you see represented here on the aerial photography. It's highlighted in yellow. This is at the corner of, let me make sure I get the streets right, 50 North and 300 West. And then this is the curve in State Road 32 that you see here as you're going west out of town. So that kind of gives you an idea where we're at in terms of the land out here. So this process for annexation starts with the Lebanon Plan Commission. And the Plan Commission's responsibility is to review all of our planning documents, like our comprehensive plan, and decide based on the information that's been presented to them on the annexation, what is the most appropriate zoning to assign to a piece of property as it is annexed into the city. That can be accomplished by a number of different ways. One way is if there's a development proposed and they have a concept plan. And so if the Plan Commission is comfortable with the concept plan, that it meets all of the zoning requirements and or the comprehensive plan recommendations, they can recommend a zoning district consistent with the comprehensive plan. They can review the comprehensive plan and look and see what the future land use proposed for that area is and assign and designate a zoning district based on what's in the future land use map and the comprehensive plan. Or absent all those things, they can just put it into a default zoning district, which is our highest, our residential zoning class, or lowest density residential zoning classification, which right now is the SF single family zoning district. I will pull up a separate map here now, and this is obviously the entire city. This is the future land use map for the city of Lebanon, and this was just recently amended last year to include a land use designation for the LEAP district, and that's what you see represented in this dark purple here to the northwest of the community. And this property, obviously you're not going to be able to see the parcel boundaries, but there's the curve in State Road 32. So this property resides in the middle of the LEAP Innovation District as designated on the future land use map for the comprehensive plan. So the Plan Commission then, in their review and based on the future land use map for the comprehensive plan, did recommend the LEAP PUD district zoning designation for this property, and that comes to you with a favorable recommendation by an 8-0 vote from the Plan Commission. So that's part of the ordinance that Rob will be reading here in a little bit. You'll see in there that it'll have some information about that vote that was taken by the Plan Commission and the recommendation on that zoning district. So tonight then would be the introduction of the annexation ordinance, which includes a required public hearing by Indiana code. So we'll hold that here tonight, during the first reading of the ordinance. And then all ordinances are required to have a second reading, which will take place at your next regularly scheduled meeting, at which time you can choose to adopt or not adopt the annexation ordinance. So that's what we're here for tonight, is the first reading of this annexation ordinance. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about this. Again, this is a 100% voluntary annexation. It was brought to us by Mr. Hilligas, current property owner of the property, requesting annexation to the city of Lebanon. At your next meeting, we will have additionally to the annexation orders, it would be a fiscal plan. and that's where we would evaluate any costs associated with the annexation to the city to provide services, and then also any potential property tax revenue generated by the annexation. And actually, this property was included in the fiscal plan that was adopted in December for the last round of LEAP annexation, so I'll just reintroduce that and go through that again for you, but it has already been adopted and includes this property. So that'll take place the next time, but again, I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any right now before Rob goes forward with reading in the public hearing.
Are there any questions for Ben from council at this time?
No, sir.
Okay, seeing none. Rob, can you read the ordinance, please?
Thank you, Mayor. Council Ordinance 2024-01 is an ordinance concerning the annexing of certain territory to the city of Lebanon. Whereas 100% of the owners of the parcels proposed for annexations that are in Exhibits A and B have filed a voluntary petition with this council pursuant to Indiana law. As Ben indicated, the City of Lebanon Advisory Plan Commission held a public hearing at its meeting on December 18th, 2023, and forwarded docket 23-82 to this council with a favorable recommendation, 8-0, to assign the LEAP Innovation District Plan Unit Development Zoning Classification for the annexation area. This council has conducted a public hearing. We will conduct a public hearing on January 8th, 2024, as required by Indiana law. This council will adopt a fiscal plan for this area as well. The annexation area meets the contiguity requirements under Indiana law, so therefore this council finds that the annexation area generally located at 50 North and 300 West and adjacent to the existing corporate limits is hereby declared to be annexed and declared to be a part of the city of Lebanon, Indiana. It's further to include the contiguous public highways and rights-of-ways. It is assigned to Council District 2 and shall become a part thereof immediately upon the effective date of the annexation. And as I said before, it's assigned the LEAP Innovation District Plan Unit Development Zoning Classification.
Thank you, Rob. The ordinance has been read on first reading. At this time, I'll open the public hearing on ordinance 2024-01. If you need public comment, please come forward. State your name for the record and keep comments to 3 minutes if possible. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing on ordinance 2024-01. Is there any further discussion, comments from council?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll take it up at our next meeting, which will be Monday, January 22nd at 7:15 p.m. All right, that concludes what I have for new business from the council. Is there anything from the council? No? Okay, we'll move on to claims. And just to explain claims to our newer members, claims essentially are the bills of the city, and they're sent out to you for review, or they should be if you haven't already received them. And then they are approved by the Board of Works prior to this, and then the council is the second check off on it as well too. So, but essentially the paying of the claims essentially is paying the bills for the city. So, any questions or comments on the claims?
Make a motion, we pay.
Oh wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Tyler's gonna say something.
So for the new members, for Rob and Sandra, the claims are, you received the claims from Kelsey, and you have a chance to look over those before tonight's meeting, every council meeting. On the, in our office, our treasurer's office, in the conference room, which I was able to show Sandra earlier, but that's where you can go down, you can come in before the meeting starts, or after the meeting, and sign off on the approval sheet, and then we send that to the state to make sure everything's on board. So I'm thinking about, and I'm going to look to the other board members, council members. Is it easier if I just bring all that paperwork up here and put it on this table
Probably.
instead of everybody trying to
Because
go
I don't think everybody doesn't
downstairs?
always have a key to the back area. Well,
the-
don't say that.
Yep. Yeah, so that would be easier.
Right.
So I will bring them up and put them on the table.
Thank you.
In the future.
And you won't have to go downstairs.
Tanya,
Earlier, you said we
Tanya,
wouldn't have, the new
yeah,
ones wouldn't have.
Kelsey emails those out to each and every one of us to take a look at.
Right.
I'm just thinking to save you bringing that whole stack, why don't you just bring the top sheet up?
They're all stapled together though.
They're really
And
not.
that way we could,
They're
you
separate.
don't have to bring
They have to
each
be
bill is
filed.
what I'm thinking. You could bring just the
That's
top
fine.
sheet that's, and they're here and then we
That's
can
okay,
sign
unless
those
somebody's got a
before we
question.
leave, just to make sure they're signed.
Yeah, and hopefully if you have a question, email back, to
Yeah.
her or I what the question is, and we can get that taken care of before the meeting.
Right.
I'll bring those upstairs from now on. It'll
Okay.
just be easier.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, would entertain a motion then concerning the claims.
Make a motion, we pay the claims.
Motion to pay in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Claims are approved. Any announcements or discussion? Okay. Any general public comment? Okay. Would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, is there a second? Second from Sandra. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, our next council meeting will be January 22nd at 7:15 PM. We are adjourned.
First night,